You're welcome. In this video I'm going to show you how to create an inbuilt corset, how to create a corset where at the back here it looks like it's just a regular dress with a zipper, the back of a dress with a zipper, but by the time you zip down you see that we have I have created space underneath where you can put your eyelets and then loop the back, drag it down to size before zipping it up. So I'm going to show you, this entire video is going to show you how to achieve this sort of this look where your corset is hidden underneath your dress. Please stay tuned to see how I do it. So welcome to the video. So if you are going to attempt to make a corset, I would assume that you are already familiar with your bodice, but if you are not, I'm going to drop a link in the description to a video that's going to show you how to draft a bodice and all of that, and also a video of a corset that I have made in the past. But this video is going to be focusing on how you are going to go about making a dress. So the back of it is going to look like a regular dress with a zipper, but inside we are going to create a corset that's going to have a loop. So make sure you know how to draft a bodice. So when you want to start cutting it up, first of all you're going to have to decide, now this I'm treating this as the back, though I didn't add my zipper allowance here. I'm going to add my zipper allowance when I'm transferring it onto my fabric. But if you are going to be, when you are trying to create your back, you have to first decide, does your corset have a sleeve or does it not have a sleeve? If it's going to be a corset that has a sleeve, at that point you see from our bodice you're going to maybe have a neckline here and then all of this. That's if it's a corset that has a shoulder that a sleeve is supposed to be attached to. If it's supposed to be a shoulderless corset but then still has sleeves, you're going to have a line that's going to run something like this so that you can attach your sleeve here. If you are dealing with a corset that is going to be a tube, so totally sleeveless and doesn't have an armhole like the one I'm going to do now to show you, then we're going to come from around the armhole and then you're going to decide if you're going to slope down, alright, or if you're going to go straight from the armhole straight forward. It's going to all depend on whatever design you are trying to create. But for the one I'm working on here, we're going to come from the armhole and just cut across. Alright, and then I'm going to slope down the front here by just an inch. The next thing we're going to do is you're going to have to decide where you want your darts to be at the back. Now this is very, very important because of the way I'm showing you, that's going to also show where we're going to attach our loops to. That's a part of the inner part that will hold the rings that will hold your loop in the back. So you have to decide where you want that to fall. A safe distance from your from the edge over here, all right. A safe distance is going to be around 5 inches, all right. And then I'm going to draw a line from the bottom to the top. But if you're a person that's a bit on the small size, so let's say you have an underbust round of like 27, maybe your bust is like 33, 34. This distance here, I'm only going to come in by 4 inches. If I was doing that for you, I would not go all the way to 5. So after you have done that, the next thing you're going to decide is how you want your darts to be. So where's the fullest point of your dart and where is not going to be the fullest point. For me, though I have not introduced this, sorry, this is the bust line, this is the underbust round, this is the underbust line. This line here is 2 inches after the underbust line. I like to call it the half cut. And this line here is the shoulder to cut. For this particular corset, this shoulder to the cut is sitting 1 inch above the belly button. So if you measure from the shoulder to the belly button 1 inch above, that's to have that low rise, that low cut between the top part of the dress and the skirt part of the dress. So this is sitting 1 inch above the belly button for this particular design. But whatever I'm showing you here can be applied across the board when it comes to how to attach that inner part that would hold your ropes. So for me, I'm going to come to this line here, that's 2 inches after the underbust round, and I'm going to mark my dart point. So I'm going to place my tape on the middle of this line, and then I'm going to mark half an inch on both sides like that, and then I'm going to connect my lines together. So I'm going to come from the top here, from nothing, taper out this half inch, from nothing, taper down there, and then I'm going to quickly and subtly close it up as I head towards the bottom. And then after you have done this, the next thing we're going to do is now we're going to have to replace this line that we've placed here. Now just to add, this main line here, in addition to this main line, because we're dealing with a corset, you can have as many other lines as you need to in order to achieve whatever design that you are trying to achieve. I'm just trying to show you the main structure. So for the outer parts, for the part, this line here is the line that will hold that the part that will be on the inside. But depending on what you are doing, you can have as many lines as possible. With that out of the way, the next thing would be to replace our allowance. So for here we have this is 1 inch that we took out, then this 1 inch here plus half an inch for joining it back together. So half inch here is 1. So this 1 inch plus the 1 inch we'll need to join it back together is equals to 2 inches. So you're going to make a mark here at 2 inches, and then simply just place the same thing at the bottom. And then for up here, we're going to place 1 inch, because here it's almost nothing. The only thing we will need to join this back is the half inch to the left and half inch to the right for our sewing. So here I'm going to make a mark at 1 inch here. Okay, 1 inch at the bottom, and then simply connect your lines together. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to now add 1 inch to it. Now this 1 inch here is my actual sewing allowance. So by the time I'm done joining this back, this 1 inch is what is going to be left here for me. By the time I sew, my thread line will land just here. That's when I'm joining the front to the back. My thread line will land just here, and then I still have this one here on the inside. Alright, so with that done, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slope, since this is the back and you want to make the back to be flat so that your zipper does not puff. I'm going to come to this main line. See this main line here, not the allowance line, the main line. I'm going to come half inch there, and I'm going to connect this line here to the end of my allowance. And then I'm going to add half inch to the top here as my allowance for bending the top parts. And now we can cut this out. So we're going to start from here. Alright, so now it's time for us to transfer these patterns onto our fabric. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this on top of it, and we're going to cut it out. Please make sure to remember to add the 2 inches of allowance that we said we will add for our zipper. Okay, so remember to add the 2 inch allowance that we said we will add for our zipper. I'm keeping 2 inches, but for you it might be less, it might be just 1 inch. Whatever amount you are comfortable with using for your zipper, you place that at this point. Alright, so for the second part here, unlike the first part, just simply place this on top and cut it to be the same. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use these patterns. That's the green one that I've cut now. I'm going to use them to cut the lining I will need for this, and after I do that I'll be back. Alright, so after ironing, the next thing we're going to do is you're going to select the two front sides. So pick up one side, and then you pick on a corresponding back side, and then we're going to join it together. I'm going to also pick a lining that's going to match here, but let me join this side together first. Half an inch is what we kept for our sewing. So if I sew half inch here, I will consume half here and half here, so that's 1. So remember that 1 inch we kept for sewing, we're going to consume it once we sew this half. Alright, now mind you, this video is being made strictly for the purpose of this video is strictly to teach. So I'm not making this for it to be worn. If I was making it for a client or for my wife, I would have ironed air stay onto the fabric before I made this stitch. I'd have ironed air stay on both sides, and I'd have ironed soft gum stay onto my lining. Alright, so I've gone ahead to stitch this other part of the lining after I stitched the body, and you can see what we have there. I'm going to show you how I added this part on now. So by the time I install my zipper is going to sit around here, and then you see this part here. This is the part that is going to hold the eyelets that would help you lace the whole thing together. So the first thing you are going to do by the time you want to join your lining, you can see I've joined the fabric already, is you are going to measure from the top to that's the top to the bottom. So what I have here is about 10 inches. All right, so you're going to go ahead and you're going to cut a piece of fabric that is going to be 10 inches long. Okay, so from here to the end is 10 inches long, and it is 6 inches wide. So if you measure from here to here, it's 6 inches across. So 10 by 6. Now for you, this 10 might be different depending on however tall or short you choose that your back pattern should be. But for the width of 6 inches, if you are using this method, that's going to be constant regardless of whatever length it is. So I hope that that's clear. After you've cut out your 10 by 6, you are going to stitch the top. So you're going to turn the front facing front. You're going to collapse it like this, and you're going to stitch 1/2 inch at the top, and you are going to stitch 1/2 inch at the bottom. So just stitch here and stitch here, and then come back. Alright, after you've made the stitch, you're going to cut the top like so, and then notch the bottom and turn the whole thing inside out and iron it. Alright, so after you have done this, you're going to simply take it and you're going to place it on top of the lining, exactly how I have done. Alright, and you see I have left out 1/2 inch at the bottom and I've left out the 1/2 inch at the top. So the part that we cut is now sitting down nicely in the center. What you're going to do is you're going to pick it up like so, and then you're going to cut any excess yellow that you have. Alright, so you can see the shape of our darts. You're going to cut that shape, the shape of your darts, into the part that we're adding on. Then you're going to simply take this part and you're going to place it on top of it like so. And then we're going to stitch the 3 of them together. Make sure the part in the middle, so the part that will hold our loops, make sure that it doesn't shake. We're going to stitch it from the top. Alright, so with that we have created this part. If you want, you can make a top stitch here to hold it in place, but if you don't want, that's fine as well. Now after you have created this part, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to attach our zipper. So the zipper that we're going to attach, we're not going to attach all the way down. So we're going to attach our zipper. If you remember, we kept 2 inches for our zipper allowance. We are now going to use that 2 inches. We're going to run this part here all the way down. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now, sorry, not all the way down. You're going to start stitching from the top, okay, where it's supposed to be, and you will stop when you get to like 1.5 inches before the end of it. That is so that we can easily, we are going to leave this hanging for whenever we want to attach the bottom half. After we attach the bottom half of the dress to the top, then you can now continue your zip all the way down. So you start from the top here at the beginning of the fabric, but you stop 1.5 inches before you get to the end of the bottom. I'm going to attach my zipper onto the 2 sides of the front. So I'm going to attach this onto here, and I'm going to attach this like so. After I do that, I'll be back. Alright, so you see I have joined the back. Everything is looking nice and smooth. So after you have done that, you can now attach your lining. So you're going to take the corresponding lining, the lining that matches the fabric, and I'm going to join the top together at 1/2 inch. I'm going to start from now. I'm not going to start from I'm not going to finish the end, just like how I didn't finish the bottom part of my zipper. Alright, just like how I didn't finish the bottom part of my zipper, I'm going to start from here. Okay, I'm going to sew, and I'm going to stop 2 inches before I get to the end, ending whenever I'm going to join this back to the front, and I'm going to join my zipper at the same stitch and stop where this stitch stops, so that I still have the same allowance on my lining as well. I hope that that's clear. Alright, so when you've made that stitch, so from here to here, and you've left the bottom part open, by the time I zip down, okay, you will see that we have made this part. So you see this part here now. Here is going to be the part where you would make your eyelets. So you have your eyelets here, and this is where you are going to loop your rope into, drag to tighten it, or loosen it to free it up, or you drag it down and then you zip this. And what is going to give this strength is by the time you join the front to the back on the side, so on the side left here and on the right there, by the time you have joined the front to the back, by the time you've joined the front to the back, that's going to give strength to this here, so that by the time you pull, it pulls the front and the back together, and then you can now zip up. You can now zip your dress back up. So you zip this up, nobody knows you have a loop inside. If you've watched this far, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Do have a lovely day. Bye bye.